Good morning, everyone. Miss Lauren here, your favorite librarian, and I am here to help assist you with the Pipe Cleaner Tower STEM Building Challenge. So those of you that know me know that I love doing STEM building challenges. So I really look forward to doing this one with you, and I look forward to seeing all the things that you make with this STEM building challenge. So you should have received a kit that's in a gallon-sized plastic bag, and inside this kit you will have the worksheets, which you will see right here, and you should have 25 of these pipe cleaners. We're not going to do anything with those yet. We're going to set those aside. Alright, so the first thing that we need to do is figure out what our problem is. So we're going to look at the first page of the worksheet, which is right here. It says engineer a tower. So we're going to work through the engineering process during the STEM Build Challenge. First thing that we need to do in the STEM Building Challenge is understand our problem and question. So the problem, I'm going to put it on the screen here. Our problem is, what helps a tower stand up and how can we design it to be stable? So let's think about towers. So one thing that you might do during this part of the imagining and planning portion of our STEM build is to look up different pictures of some towers. So I'm going to do that right now, and I'm going to show some on the screen. We've got the Eiffel Tower, we've got a tower in Seattle. There are lots of cool towers that we can look at. So what we're going to do is we're going to think about the ask step of the engineering process. So we're going to ask ourselves, what is the problem and what is the goal? All right, so for our Pipe Cleaner Building Challenge, our problem or our constraints are that we only have 25 pipe cleaners to use. We're not allowed to use tape. And our tower must be able to stand on its own, meaning it can't lean against the wall or a table or anything. It needs to be able to be freestanding. Our goal is to build a tower that is freestanding with the materials provided. Our problem is that we only have 25 pipe cleaners, and we're only going to have a set amount of time. All right, so the next part of the engineering design process, we have on our worksheet here, we have the draw your tower prototype. So what we're going to do, I'm going to set a timer for about 10 minutes, and we're going to do imagine. We're going to imagine how many different ideas can you come up with for building a tower with these 25 pipe cleaners. Where are you going to start? What materials do you have? So in the space provided on the worksheet, please draw out your tower. Again, I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes. When the 10 minutes is up, we're going to come back together and talk about our next step in the engineering process. now that we're back after our 10 minutes, we are going to plan our creation. We're going to do the plan step. Which idea do you think is best? So if you only drew one idea, that's the idea you'll go with. If you drew multiple ideas, what idea or drawing do you think is going to work best? And what does your design look like? Feel free to share it down below. I look forward to seeing what kinds of towers you came up with. So the time has come for the create stage of the engineering process. So we are going to finally build our designs. Remember, you cannot use tape. Your building must be freestanding, meaning that it can't lean on tables or walls or anything like that. And you only have the 25 pipe cleaners to build with. All right, so I'm going to set a timer for about 20 minutes. And in that time, you need to use these pipe cleaners to build your tower. All right? I'll see you guys in a little bit and we'll discuss our buildings. Did you have success with building your pipe cleaner tower? Awesome. All right, so now I have a question for you. Does your creation match your drawing? Yes or no? Think about how your building looks different from your ideas from the planning stage. Do you think the building that you built was better than what you planned? Or do you think that the drawing is better? All right, so here's the tower that I made. It's got this triangle base. It's not very tall, but I just made this to show you guys our next step. All right, so now that we have our pipe cleaner built, we are going to measure it. So make sure that you have a nice ruler. You can either use the centimeters or inches, and we are going to simply measure our tower from the floor all the way up to the tippy top. So now that we have planned our building, we have built our pipe cleaner tower, and we have thought about our design, and we have measured our design. We are on to the last and final step of the engineering process, which is the improve step. Whenever you are building something or coming up with a new idea, it's always important to look back on what you made and figure out how you can do better, make it better. Nothing is ever perfect. You can always improve on what you've made. So look at your pipe cleaner tower. What could you do to make your tower better? What could you do to make it work better or stand better? Maybe your pipe cleaner tower ended up falling over. Maybe it's not as tall as you think it could be. Maybe it's not as stable as you think it could be. How could you improve on these things? And is this design that you came up with the best way to solve the problem? Did you use all of your pipe cleaners, or are there some left over? Did you run out of time? Did you have too much time? And so on your worksheet, on the improve page, you have a question down at the bottom. It says, what advice would you give to an engineer designing a tall tower? Think about that for a minute. So if you were telling a friend about the activity that you just did, what would you tell them? What advice would you give them? What things did you encounter? What problems did you encounter? How could you have made this better? So I want you to take a couple minutes to fill out the answer here. I would tell an engineer to. Fill out the answer of what you would tell the engineer. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for the pipe cleaner building challenge. I had so much fun with you guys and making this video. You know that I love STEM building challenges and I love seeing what you guys make. So I will see you in the next video. Bye!